All right. This is Life is Full of It. No special intros ever. No jingle jangles, no music. Who knows if we'll ever do it, but it's just for us to be. Welcome to the show. Adam's here with me. Per usual, it's either Adam or Declan trying to get other people on it. It's nice with other people because we can actually question them.
By the way, if you listen to this, message us. Maybe we'll for sure let you on the podcast as long. We should probably do a background check.
Well, I don't mind because I like to ask people. Like, it was cool to have my buddy Abraham from wrestling because I got to ask him all the questions that I kind of already asked him some, but I got to kind of talk about his process, like his mental process. So
the triangle.
What's the
triangle where he stands over here, the wrestlers are over there.
Oh, exactly. Told me the way he refs. But yeah, no. But dude, right now, do you realize that the summer is all fucked up right now?
No.
It's hella bad right now. Like, our summer is not supposed to be the way it is right now. Last year,
like weather?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Not in general having a shitty summer. I fucking hate summer. I can't stand summer.
I've always been a person where it's like seasons change, right? Yeah. Not only is it seasons change from this season to this season, but I think because the Earth rotates like so many times and we're in a different position from a rotation than we might have been last year or 2 years ago, that shit's just going to be a little bit different.
Well, isn't it weird that that's just how, like, science is so accurate? Like, it blows.
Are you sure about that?
It blows my mind. Like, it sounds stupid because people are like, "Oh, this guy blows his mind just about seasons." But break it down, man. Break it down. Talk to someone that's a fucking real science crafty motherfucker that's done this for a living, and they can explain to you the tiniest movements of why, like, how
the North Pole's been moving.
If the Earth is moved like a fucking inch, we would die or some shit.
That's not true.
How do you fucking know?
Because I read about it.
Just give an example.
Our orbit isn't a complete perfect circle.
It's not a perfect circle?
No, it's not a circle.
But it's weird because, you know, no matter where places are, we always fall into summer at the right time. We fall into spring at the right time. There's no room for errors, really. But like I said, people are bugging out because I see everybody in social media, like people I know, everybody's bugging out because they're like, dude, it's like June and it's like 83. And this is us in California. So California is bugging out because we're normally in the 101s, 102s by right now.
That's what I was going to say, is we're probably used to being in a drought from all the years that we really didn't have much rain, and the last couple of years
we've been having Hawaii weather. It's been having drizzles, and just a little bit of like
summer rain. You can never predict them.
It's just
that's
weird.
From Ed, Edd n Eddy, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, Double D says
I've never watched Ed, Edd n Eddy.
It was pretty good.
Really likes it.
There's an age gap, though.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, if you didn't watch it, because you're probably too old at the time when it was airing.
Too old.
But seriously,
but we're in deep June, and we haven't hit 100-degree weather yet, and people are blown away. And they said, and it's funny. It's like Donnie, who wants to be on the podcast. He's like, let me know when you do the podcast. I'm just gonna hit him up tonight and tell him, hey, we're gonna do it Thursday if you want. He's got it,
which is tomorrow.
He's been trying to get a job forever, and he finally is gonna be poker dealer, which he really wants to do.
That's good for him.
He loves to play poker. It's just weird. It'd be weird for me.
Donnie, my bad.
Yeah, Donnie.
I don't want to be here for the podcast then.
Donnie was. It's weird though because we're telling him that Crystal, my wife, was like, you gotta be talkative. But
not really.
No, I guess you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I think she said that, and I think I was on your side. Like, I don't know. When I do blackjack, I just want you to shut the fuck up and deal to me, and not go, "Oh no, sorry," and take your money away.
We went to Thunder Valley when I was working with your brother at the pizzeria, and I don't care for gambling at all. I don't do it. I just there's no fun in it for me. Like, you're risking money when that money could be used somewhere else. You know?
but if you
it's
win,
cool if you
what
win.
if you
Yeah,
win?
It's, everything. It's cool if you win, right?
You did the face of Beetlejuice. Like, what are you doing? Nothing.
Who, me?
Nothing.
Just hanging around.
Just hanging around. But no, but yeah, it's the thrill, it's the adrenaline. But most of the times you're gonna fucking lose.
I've been lucky twice. But anyway, back to my story. I think I had a really low number and I held. And the lady was like, "Aya? 7? Aya?" That's what it was. And oh my God, Emilio and Julio were fucking laughing because I don't care.
Yeah, you're fucking stupid. Why'd you hold on to 7? Like on Blackjack?
She ended up busting though, so what's good?
You fucked up the algorithm, I guess.
I don't care. I fucking won.
I also like to live dangerously.
We went to Thunder Valley again one night, and we went to the high roller room, and we were each gonna do the $100 pull. And we got there, we all looked at each other like, "Nah, we're not doing this."
I've played in the $100 room for my birthday,
Oh, jeez.
and it lasted probably like 3 turns, and then you should honestly, like, you bet 100, you win 100, good night, and use the other 100 to go play at the $20 tables or $15.
Damn, dude, I was fucking at Stones at the $5 table. I don't even know if they do that anymore, but
I've lost quite a bit, but I've cleaned up. Biggest I've won is 1,000 in blackjack.
wow, that's pretty good.
But you figure I had to lose up to 500, get more money, keep playing. So then I got 1,500 back. So I came up 1,000.
Oh, okay.
But you figure I made 1,000 that night, but I had to lose. I was losing bad.
My winnings aren't nowhere near that. I think the most I won on a...
That's the most. That means I don't do that all the fucking time.
The most I've ever won...
Blackjack is so fucking out there. It's so hard. They have 5 fucking decks that they're pulling from. You can't count
You
cards.
can't play single deck?
You can, but it's very ballsy. A lot of them don't do it. Because you could count cards. To be honest with you, counting cards isn't hard as you think. Like, I'm not a card counter, but I've seen people that... I've watched videos about people that do it. And honestly, it's a math thing you do. But not even looking at a math thing, we know how many kings are in there, how many queens are in there. So once you start noticing things coming out and stuff and they're not shuffling it, you kind of got an idea already of what's in there and what's not in there.
Yeah, that's too much for me to pay attention to. But so the biggest I've ever won on one of the push button things.
Slots.
Is it a slot still? It's when you just push it in the. I guess so.
Slot machine. Yeah.
Okay, because it didn't have the fucking that everybody fiends for.
What?
The fucking arm that you
The
pull
big
down.
ass.
Yeah,
Yeah, some
like that's
have
like
that.
Vegas type shit.
Some have that.
But I hit max bet on one of them and I fucking hit it and it just kept giving me free spins and I ended up winning like $204. And
Fuck yeah.
what the funniest thing is like I got up because I'm like, all right, I need to go now, otherwise I'm gonna lose it. I got up and fucking flies on shit, dude. Everybody fucking went over to it.
See, that's my thing. Is like usually if you hit it pretty good, well, I guess with 200, they probably figured that you're going to. That's not a huge hit. They're thinking, oh, it's going to get closer to the grand prize of 5,000.
I don't know how that works. I grabbed my $200 and I walked.
I don't
Paid
know.
for dinner
There's
that
a
night.
very funny VHS on like how to play. Red Letter Media watches really bad tapes.
What's his name? Dr. What on
And it's funny, the guy shows how to play, but everything he shows you how to play, he loses when he does it. And this is how you play slots. And it's like he puts the money in, he loses, and it's just stupid.
And then the biggest I ever won on blackjack, I think, was like $150.
What's the biggest you think bet you throw down?
$5. Dude, I don't like to bet money.
I think mine's not a lot because again, I've seen blackjack go high. I think highest I've ever done is like 125 or some shit. Like also you got to think about when you split. So you get, you get 11.
I'm looking at Adam is looking at Ernie with a weird face because that is just ballsy, dog. That's Daredevil type shit.
You get a 5, 6, then you get an ace, and then you get another ace, and you tell me you want to split that. Then all of a sudden you got 3 hands that are like $50 a piece, and you're at 150. And then you double down, and then you double down, so you pay another amount.
100 on one.
It's crazy when stuff like that happens. I feel like I'm already gonna lose. I'm like, fuck it, they got me, because it's scary.
I only won that much because at I know not all tables do this, but at Stone's Gambling Hall off Antelope Road.
Jesus, sounds like prestige.
Like I'm promoting it or something.
Worldwide, wide.
It's got a pretty good bar there too. I put it on the Lucky.
Lucky.
Yeah, there's like a little Lucky square, and I can't remember how it works because I haven't gambled in that long.
All I know is there is a generic one.
The only gambling I do nowadays is like
Life.
How long can I hold this poop?
Yep. There was the one called a Phoenix that was off. People won't know. Garfield. It was weird. And there was blackjack that had jokers in it. And I didn't like it. It was wild. You won no matter what. But it worked for
Was
them.
Heath Ledger there? I'm just kidding.
But it worked for them too, so it wasn't cool. I didn't like it.
I have no idea how we got on the subject.
Talking about Donnie working.
Oh.
But
Oh yeah, you don't have to be. I just feel like you don't have to be talkative as a dealer. I just feel like people aren't going to go to your
different.
table because
It's
you're not
different.
as nice.
It's different with Hold'em though, because you're just in a
Like
room.
Texas Hold'em? Yeah, definitely. I feel like
You're in a room and you're just playing with like 5-6 people.
you got that face like I'm bluffing.
But I guess Donnie told me every time you win,
you get a
it's-
high five.
it's courtesy to tip your dude.
Yeah,
So I didn't know that. I don't play Texas Hold'em. I play it
even blackjack.
with friends. Blackjack, fuck that shit.
No, it's courtesy, or you do that for like good luck. Tip them, hey, give me a good hand, you fuckhead.
Yeah, make it work for me. Rig it for me. But no, what I was saying is, did you ever look forward to summer?
Growing up in school, yeah, of course.
Because I think as a kid I looked forward to it, but it was like there was weird shit that went down during summertime. Like that's when vacations go on, like state fair. Like what'd you do during summertime? You were around me. Like,
Oh, I wasn't.
you lived near me.
What do you mean, like? What age are we talking about?
Was sprinkler your thing?
Do you remember I had like that flower sprinkler thing you would run through, and it was just like a wiggly thing that just
I
sprayed
don't know.
water.
They made all kinds of weird shit back in the day. We had like when I was in elementary, we had like a alligator lagoon, and it was like a little tiny slide in it into a little tiny shitty pool. And it was literally probably like 3 feet by 3 feet, and it had just some random shit. But it sucks being like poor when you're hot because you just do hoses and shit.
I would have loved it. I don't care.
Lap of luxuries is fine. Like my grandma had money; she had a nice ass pool, so you just live it up.
I think us being so small, we really didn't care about money back then, and I didn't have any people that were like, "Oh, you're poor. I bet you your skin color isn't brown. You're just probably dirty for not having soap."
You just don't watch your ass. Like for me, like I was saying, like it reminds me of like the Sandlot. Like during those times was like, yeah, you get to fucking just chill with your friends. Like probably like 6th grade, 5th grade. I did hella slumber parties. I guess you wouldn't even call it slumber parties, just sleepover. And it was
I think slumber party is just for girls.
I know. That's what everyone says, but I feel it's a little different. But you just like get to live it up and have your fun or whatever. But like for me, it's just like I don't like sweating, dude. And the older I got, I just couldn't handle it. And I don't know about you, it's just like it gave me headaches. I did football training in the summer. I'd have to like, this is when I lived at grandma's. I'd freeze a fucking hat of mine. I remember I got a free Seattle Mariners hat for going to a Giants game. I'd freeze it, and I'd wear it when I'd go to practice. We were jogging in like 110 degree weather. And then they tied the fucking hose, I think we talked about it before, to the pipe that has all the little fucking...
All the little faucets on it.
Yeah, the little dots so you can walk up and drink each other's spit. No, I think it was fine, but...
I mean, look at me now. I'm good.
I'm fine. But no, but like, it's just, no matter what, even if it was that time off, it was just miserable always for me. But everyone else is like, hell yeah, summertime. That's why, with the weather being the way it is, like today I went swimming and it's just humid. And the spa was at 92 degrees. I want my mom to crank it lower. It's a spa, but
I get it.
I wanted to crank it lower because it felt gross with how humid it was, and I just wanted to work out. So I was like, whatever. I just hooked up my equipment and started working out on it, but it just feels fucking gross, dude. Like I don't get anyone that gets excited about summer. I don't fucking get it. Like, have you ever worked through summer?
Yeah.
Well, like where you could feel the results of the summer.
Yeah. When I was working at Whitecap, we'd be out there in the sun.
Did it like fucking drain you? Did you hate it? Would you rather be working in the winter?
You don't think about it.
That's fucking crazy.
You're there. You got a job to do. You just do that job.
Like, first of all, my grandpa's restaurant that you worked at, that motherfucker wouldn't turn on the AC. He's cheap as fuck, and he wouldn't turn on the AC till about 3:30. We opened up at 4. I'd have to be there at 1:30 to start setting up everything, getting all the dressing made, getting all that. And during a fucking 105 day or whatever, summers were banging for tips. But driving there in my fucking like Camaro covered in sweat because I have no air conditioning, my back, I come out just drenched. And then you get in there and it feels like a swamp. It feels so fucking gross. I'm just like, I would go secretly go turn it on. And he would get so fucking mad at me.
What the heck?
Yeah, he'd be like, how'd you touch this? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just me and him there. But I had to mop the whole fucking place. I had to sweep it. I had to mop it. Then I had to go, well, sometimes. Because usually, remember Chris that worked there?
Maybe.
He was like he did dinners a lot, but he would open and he would do it a lot. So me and him would talk while we were doing it. I was wiping down tables while he was doing that. Because I remember like my dad as a living, he would, when he did it for a living, opening, you had to mop the whole place. So I would mop the kitchen, the waitress area and clean up all that. And you take all the mats or put all the mats down so we have soft footing, even though it fucking felt like shit. But I was just so fucking hot. I just fucking hate the heat, and that's why I'm kind of happy where we're at right now. But everyone's saying it's like something's up, and that's made me think of Donnie. Donnie's like, I read somewhere that we're not going to have a hot summer. And
yeah, it's supposed to be El Nino. It's supposed to be around all summer, and so that's supposed to bring like more rain.
Are we going to get like? I think my wife told me that too. Are we going to get?
Supposed to get more rain if El Nino's around. El Nino.
El Nino.
Let's see. As far as like, well, it depends on what timeline. Well, not timeline. What is this, the multiverse? What age?
Well, because like I worked at it was Ralph's at the time, but being a bagger sucked fucking ass in the summer. Because we had to go out and get carts. If carts were low, dude.
Isn't it crazy how there's no baggers now?
Is there no baggers?
When I worked at Walmart, I mean, it's probably not as good as Rayleigh's or wherever you worked.
What?
They still have them at Dollar.
I don't know. I seen at Safeway, I hate to say this, a guy that was kind of like disabled. He was walking around, like checking if, but like for us.
Put it in the bag. Get in the flask.
I bet you a lot of people wouldn't even get that. But we were like trained. You had to be like, hut, 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 hut. You'd run up, and if there was no one in that spot, you go in that spot and you wait, and you start bagging. And, but no, what sucks is you always had to say, you need help with this? Like, but it's so awkward.
Do you need help? Help me find your card? No, I know where I parked. Thanks.
Do you need help with us taking this to the cart? And if we didn't say it, they'd get mad. None of us fucking said it because it felt so fucking awkward because people are just trying to leave sometimes. Like for me, I don't need help. I just want to be out. And if someone bugging you, if you're having a bad day, you're just like, dude, get the fuck away from me. But we're trying to do our jobs, whatever, but we never did. We just would, they say, the biggest thing was, we didn't mind saying it. It was the fact they wanted us to grab the cart and start walking with them. And that, to me, was a little bit of like, what the fuck you doing? But going outside, dude, when you got, like, summertime, you see the little corrals getting low, we're just like, fuck. Someone better come in and bring in, like, 8 of them. And we'd go outside and people wouldn't be bringing them in. We would like fucking butt heads over it because it's like 100-something degrees. And I remember one dude was out there with me I just remember he was an Indian dude with a thick accent. God, what was this? I can't remember his name, but I do know one thing. That Lakers and Kings were going against each other during this time. And he was watching the game in the break room. And it's always fun to use the phone or the mic on the phones that were on the register to call people. I didn't know his name, but I thought I did. And he's Indian descent. And I was like, click. Akbar, can you?
Oh no, no!
Can you call me on line 3? Akbar, line 3.
No one ever called.
And then the dude this is when one of the stores got shut down. It was very office, very superstore. We got a handful of new workers, and he was one of them. He was a cool guy. We used to play basketball all the time outside of work. And the other new guy, who's older, it looked like Mr. Fantastic. He had like grays on the side. He's like, there's no one here named Akbar. And I was like, fuck. Because he was a big Kings fan. I was a Laker fan. But it was just really awkward because I was like, hella confident. Akbar, call me on line 8, Akbar. He was a fucking Star Wars character. General Akbar.
Akbar.
It made me look so fucking racist.
Do you know his name now? You can't remember.
I can't think. I think it was like, it sounds bad to say, but something similar to like Zangief in a way.
Or Muhammad, or...
No.
We're just going to be racist and get canceled.
I just remember, and do you know what? Okay, a couple things we had.
Ernie, my name is Sam.
Yeah, I know. A couple things we had to do in the summer was...
I go by Roger.
Rajesh? No, Roger. We had to make, if people donated $1 to something, we had to make mug root beer floats. So we had to sit up there up front, and if they ordered it, we had to
Dang, were you twirling around shit?
red cups and fill them up with a couple scoops of ice cream.
Like solo cups?
Yeah.
Oh.
A couple of ice cream scoops and then some root beer. And they got that for
Dude, I fucking love root beer floats.
Crystal's obsessed with them.
Every time the ice cream man comes by my work, like, can I get a root beer float?
Do they fucking do that out of an ice cream truck?
Yeah. He gave me an orange creamsicle. I don't recommend that.
I don't mind that.
Orange soda with vanilla does not taste like an orange creamsicle.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Maybe he wasn't using Fanta. Maybe he was using Sunkist or something.
But yeah, so we had to do that. And then the best thing for us, we always talked about this, a lot of the workers, when they would order ice, you would soak in the 3 seconds when you opened up the cooler. You had to run in the back, open the cooler, and you would sit there and just 1, 2, 3. It feels so good. And run back. Because like I said, we're in Sacramento, California. We don't get fucking not hot summers. Like, it's just a bitch. And that's why even as, let's say, my family had money that year and we're going to Disneyland, shit isn't as popping as you think in the summertime. Like, I prefer going during Halloween time, Christmas time. When you're in the
I got a couple of stories to tell you once you're done with this one.
No, go ahead. I was just saying summertime just fucking... I hate fucking summer, but I'm just saying that kill me during the summer.
I might be okay with fucking summer. Oh, we're not talking about that?
Oh, Summer's loud? Look her up.
So... Working summer at AC Supply, again, you had to do it. But working summer at Walmart wasn't bad. Collecting carts wasn't really bad. The only thing I didn't really like about collecting carts was we didn't have one of those machines yet. And
spoiled.
Right. And we had to push them. And I remember one time, like, there was like a slight hill on one of the aisles for the cars.
Did you ever get in competitions to who can get the most up?
No.
We always did. It was horrible because we didn't have a machine. So we'd be trying to push the 20 carts, and you're like, ugh, you feel like a fucking Spartan trying to push it up the hill.
I probably did like maybe 10 at a time or something because the Walmart right here.
Get those numbers up.
But I bet you I can get more in general.
Because you had a fucking machine?
No. We didn't have a machine, I said.
Oh.
Right here at Lead Hill.
Oh,
the Walmart right around the corner from where we are currently podcasting. There's a little incline on one of the hills, and we're pushing the carts, and the carts started sliding, bowing into... I fucking laid my body on the line in between it and the car and the carts.
That's one of the scary things is when you see a cart of yours that you were pushing into another cart or something, and it pops off, and it starts flying to another car. You're like, fuck, I don't want to deal with this. And you're running, trying to catch it. And most of the times I got it. $1 million man. Good salary.
What irritates me is when I worked at Walmart, they taught us how to bag. Like, you know, you don't put chemicals with food, and you put like certain foods. And
oh, I got something for that. Go ahead.
That's what irritates me. But then when you're talking about the cooler, I worked in the grocery side, because I ended up learning all the other. I started in produce. I learned bakery, deli, frozen, meat, and dry goods. There's probably another one on.
Is that at Walmart?
Yeah, right here at Walmart, dude.
You should have been fucking promoted to all this.
No, my supervisor, Aubrey Knight. I remember you. She
coming for you. She
yep. Not. I don't know. Maybe.
If it was dark.
I was like, you know what I'm saying?
What are you doing over there? Nothing.
Me? Nothing. Just hanging around. Yeah, so there would be times where I had to go in the freezer and like throw stuff out, because bakery, a lot of their stuff is frozen. Or we'd have to go in there for frozen aisle foods and shit. And I remember we were hitting our weed pens in there, and we'd blow the smoke, and it would just sit there, and we're like, fuck. If a manager walks in there and be like, what's that? Like, it's a fucking ghost. It's an anomaly. Get out of here.
Chemtrails.
One time, because there's like no lights in there or windows, I'm walking in there and I'm shuffling through it, and it's fucking icy on the ground, and the light shut off. And it's pitch black, dude.
That'd be scary.
It wasn't scary, but it was like, oh fuck, if I slip, I don't know what I'm falling into.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with that.
Good times. Working at Walmart was hella fun. I started off, and it's crazy. I was just talking to my hiring manager on Facebook. I was like, yeah, I remember you hired me for sporting goods fucking way, like 2013.
Was that kind of chill to work in sporting goods? I mean,
super slow.
Yeah, because I remember
part-time only, and then I kept...
cousin, I forgot what he worked at, like housewares. I'm like, that shit sounds fucking boring.
Oh.
Do you want any plates? Like, I don't...
He wouldn't do any of that. He was just stock.
That's...
Like sporting goods, you kind of got to help, because at the time they were selling ammo behind the counter. And I ended up buying a bunch of ammo, and this one,
I remember
it was 22 long rifle, which everybody was trying to get a hold of, and I had like maybe 1,000 rounds or something, because I would buy 3 boxes every day. You could buy 3 boxes, so I just buy them, turn around, and sell them for more money.
Who'd you sell them to that wouldn't go to Walmart to go buy them though?
Walmart was empty.
Oh,
and everybody would stop by sporting.
What's wrong with fucking business? When I collect action figures and I can't find them, some fucking worker goes and clears them out and resells them online.
Sorry.
Hustlers.
I was trying to, man. I was trying to make more money. And then this one old guy's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, I got some if you want to buy some from me. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm currently staying at Roseville Fairgrounds, because he was in a motorhome. And I went there and I couldn't find him, but I knocked on another one. I was like, hey, I'm looking for this old man, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, well, I have a 22. I'll buy your ammo. And he goes, see, it's right here. I'm like, oh, fuck, this is it. This is the day I die. I exchanged the ammunition for money. He shut his door, and I sprinted back to my truck.
How much more did you make profit off it?
I think they were selling for like 4 cents a bullet, because I really broke it down, because I didn't want to like overprice it, and I think I ended up selling at like 10 cents a bullet.
So you made 6 cents per bullet, but how many bullets did you sell?
There was 50 per case.
So 50 times 6?
Mm-hmm.
So
but I think I had like over 1,000 rounds.
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, that's like only what?
I made a lot of money, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I ended up making like $100-something.
Damn, you should have retired.
Yep. Okay, what was your story about bagging?
Oh shit! So I worked there a lot. I worked during the regular seasons, but summertime they used to fuck at you because you're out of high school. Because I was in high school, so we had all these.
Not with that worker's permit.
Dude, it was so fucking clutch.
They maxed it out.
Dude, I was killing it because they gave me a certain class that I take every Monday, and if I took it, checked in, gave them my hours, I was able to leave this was my senior year. I was able to leave early all through the week if they wanted me in. They never wanted me in. They wanted me at 5. So I went home and just fucking chilled. I went home at noon and just chilled.
That's cool. I got a story like that too. Go ahead.
But before that though, like the summer before that, yeah, they were on me, and it's funny, like with it being summertime and them using me so much, I actually was getting like picked on a lot when I first got there, and I found out through one of the managers who knew our Uncle Mike. He used to work there when it was Albertsons. She was really cool with him. She kind of looked out for me a little bit.
He probably slept with her.
First thing I asked him is if he slept with her, because she's decent looking.
And what did he say?
No, he said I didn't. But she was kind of like a nerdy type, so I don't think she would. I hate to be
What a
dick.
scrub.
I don't mean to be a dick, but she seems the type that would make you work for her. Like, I'm not going to do you on the first
Like
night.
she comes out with a Jar Jar Binks hat.
Yeah.
You have been a bad boy.
She was kind of cool with me. I wish I would have been more outgoing with them, but I kept to myself because I wanted to make sure I did right. But she's the one eventually, when I came a little bit cooler with them, that they kept you around because you're overweight and Mexican. Because it would look bad if they let you go and only had like a bunch of skinny white people working.
That's fucked up. You feel like you're doing a good job and she tells you that?
She was being real with me because I was telling her, why didn't I ever get fired? Like, they were always like getting on me. Like, one guy was like, manager was like, dude, you're going out there. And I was drenched in sweat. It was summertime. And I was like pulling in carts. And he's like, man, you're over here slagging. He's like bobbing his head, pushing stuff in. And I'm like looking at him like, motherfucker, dude, I am dead right now. And I remember talking to one of the girls. She was a ghetto ass girl. But she's like, dude, I can't even fathom, like,
Bless you.
I couldn't even
Bless
fathom,
you.
like, you know, what you're going through, because she's like, I don't remember anymore. But when I did do it, she's, I remember starting going, how am I going to keep doing this? Because it wears you out. You're running everywhere. People are calling you. You're like a waiter, but you're fucking bigger bitch than a waiter. And you're doing a lot of pushing and picking up and whatever. But anyways, yeah, so she told me all that, and they would make me go, oh, go scrape off the gum around the ATM machines. I'm like, what? They go, here's a credit card, like an old one.
Here,
Like,
go pick up these used needles.
but I was bagging, right? And I was fucking solid. By this time, I was solid. This one lady, she was a bitch, and she's like, did you watch the bagging video? I'm like, you mean like fucking 2.5 years ago when I got hired? And I was like, I can't remember, to be honest with you. She goes, well, when you put stuff together and you stack it, don't stack your pizzas like a pyramid on top of it. And I'm like, what? Like, you think I literally put like 2 fucking lasagna microwave things or something, and then I put a broccoli down the middle, and then as a TP, and made my roof with pizzas? I told her I didn't do it like that. She goes, no, I'm pretty sure you did. Back then, who knows how cameras work? I was about to be like, bitch, pull out the footage. That shit was just stupid. I was so fucking mad, dude. Because who does that? Who would ever go, oh, I'll put 2 pieces on top, make a roof? Because they're a big ass, like, you know.
Apparently you.
I know. I was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Usually with pizzas,
The customers will like this one.
like, I made you a
It's
house.
a little door.
Yeah.
Do you come from a country where it's okay to put your hands in somebody else's food? 51st dates.
I was gonna say, you're gonna keep quoting movies and people won't know.
I don't care.
I'll know all day. I could do this all day. But like,
America.
if you had like 2 DiGiorno's, I literally wouldn't do that. I'd put 2 DiGiorno's in one bag and say, Harry, there you go. You know, I'm not stupid. You put bread and eggs on top and all that stuff. And
Grandma would kick your ass for the
Wow.
bread.
why you put it on top?
No, if you smashed her bread.
Oh yeah. No, I feel it. You're not supposed to.
Yeah, I know.
It's part of the rules. It's rules of the road. I don't know.
Unwritten rules.
Unwritten rules. I was going to ask you, what are you like now with like lakes and oceans, and
Lakes?
rivers? You seem like you're into that because you like fishing and shit.
Yeah, but I'm not in the water while I'm fishing. I'm on a boat.
Crystal,
Um,
looking at her, she loves all that shit. I cannot stand it.
like to fish?
No, she likes to go to the lake.
You said all that shit,
The
so.
lake, the river, the ocean. I like a nice chlorine chemical pool.
If my skin will react to it okay, then I'm fucking down. You'll catch me on a wakeboard. You can catch me just peeing in the lake.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. Like in the lake, dude. Summertime, people are
River, I won't do that anymore because of all like the bums and shit and like the flooding we've had, like all the feces in the
rivers.
water.
I just get scared. People always are dying on the river.
Oh my god, dude! I played with my buddy Corey online last night. He's a RT for the NICU, and he's like, there's a lot of drowning kids that come through.
It's fucking sad. I saw something. I don't think it was around here, but they found like a sibling like group. One was found, and like then another was found a few days later. I'm like, that's fucking just. And you lose hope. You're like, you're not gonna sit there. You could be optimistic all you want, but it's like a river takes you. It's like over basically. It's scary. Like even in the thing I exercise in, turning on those currents. Fuck, dude. You're practicing swimming against it. I can stand up and take a break, or I can just float with it for a little bit and then go sit down and be like, man, I'm tired. But if that's a real deal, dude, it's no fucking joke.
Dude, when I went with Suzanne on her jet ski and we fucking flew off and the jet ski kind of, coasted for a minute. The engine died, but still there's momentum on the jet ski that's going to take it. We're fucking swimming. I'm like, God damn, I think I'm going to die with a life jacket on. I couldn't do it. We were on the lake, too.
I pretend when I'm in the workout tub.
What a kid.
I do. I pretend to let myself float for a little bit to see how long. And I think about it. If I was in the middle of the ocean, just dropped here, I'm like, I wouldn't make it. There's no fucking way. Even if you just
Can you float? Can you actually, like, float?
No.
I can't.
Crystal kept trying to make me float. Are you laughing? Because I would try to float and I can't float. I would die.
I can't float either. I don't understand how that works.
I don't understand.
I can't read.
Huh? It's not my fault. You can't read.
Those kids would be mad if they could read.
But yeah, I don't. But like, I remember being like trying to be part of like the club and like when all my workers from Macy's when they all.
Did you swim with your shirt on?
Oh yeah, I always swim with my shirt. I'm fat as hell.
Dude, chicks are into that. I don't know why.
No, they're not. No, they're into dad bods, not titties.
Dad bods have titties, dog.
Not like mine.
They may not be.
Mine
whatever cup size you are.
But no, I try to be all part of it. Like summertime, guys, we're gonna hit up the lake every couple weeks. We'll hit it up with the guys from the Macy's, and it was just not my thing, man. And they're like, we're gonna get the jet ski out there. They backed it in there. That motherfucker wouldn't start. And they
can't find my checkbook.
they basically sat there and trying to pull it, get it going. Such a waste. I was like, fuck, dude. The only thing I look forward to trying out was a jet ski. And then you just sit there and you float in water where people took a shit in, feces, pee. That's what grosses me out.
I think a fish just touched my leg. Nope. That was a big turd.
That's a turd. Because everybody sits there and is like, yeah, I do it. I pee in there. I shit in there.
I don't anymore.
I grew up.
Well, after a while, you don't. I mean, I'll walk out to like the shore as I'm dripping and peeing. So people don't know.
I thought I saw a jellyfish. Did you see that video of the guy grabbing the jellyfish? It's a big ass jellyfish.
So. I think so.
He's like,
and he grabs it the wrong way.
There's no right way to grab the jellyfish.
You can grab the heads of the jelly.
No. I thought it's all like electric. I know. I don't know why I did. To me, it seems like they're all not. Because when they're floating in the...
Crystal, the fact checker.
They're floating in the ocean and stuff.
You can touch the tops of the...
If it hits you, you get like that.
The tentacles. No.
Finding Nemo taught me things.
Well, I mean, either way, the clownfish is kind of resistant to it, right? Because the tentacles. The top of the jelly you can touch.
See, that's a scary thing. Going out again, like summertime, you're like, I'm gonna go out to the ocean and shit like that.
I'm cool off the ocean.
That shit's scary, bro.
Actually, I was the only time I wasn't really like, I guess, conscious about the ocean is when we went to Hawaii for your wedding.
You just were like, fuck it.
The water was hella clear. It's like, I can see a shark. If there's a shark over here, I can see it.
Well, I like that they made...
I'll fucking wrestle it.
Don't you just pop it in its nose? I think we talked about that one time on a podcast.
I think in its
eye. We
get
very fascinated, even on the Best There Is one, about
if animals. We can beat an animal.
Yeah, I was gonna actually talk about that on one of these, the animals that we think we could take, and then the animals that are just savage that we've read about or whatever.
Like honey badger don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Have you seen that video?
yeah, of course. That's how old.
He's a snake.
Snake. That video is so bad. Did you go to the state fair during the summer?
It's already over? It hasn't started yet, right?
No, I said in the summers. Have you?
Oh, I thought you meant like this summer. Like, did you go already? I'm like, it's over?
Dude,
Sometimes.
they're always so ghetto, dude.
Yeah.
And now they're the same every year. The same guy that does the ventriloquist shit or the what does he do? Hypnosis and shit.
Mm.
When you wake
Chris
up,
Angel. Mind freak!
yeah, he floats around and shit. When you wake up, you're gonna point up in the sky and say, "Hey, lizard, lizard," like a Taco Bell commercial.
I've never fucking seen any of that at
You
any state
never?
fair.
Oh my god!
Is that like in those buildings off to the side?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't go in those.
like Emilio when he was little?
That's the forbidden area.
my younger-
Simba.
Be on there. My younger brother did a gymnastics show out there, so they use that stage for different things. But then there's the same fucking guys that come that have been there for like 30, 40 years. It's just stupid. And people still sit in the crowd and like, pick me, I'll go under, I'll be hypnosis.
Did I see you last year?
And he goes, he'll pull their arm and sleep. And they fall asleep.
What if it's real though?
And then they're like, when you wake up, you think you're Britney Spears. Didn't you get pulled up on there, babe, and you faked it?
Do you want me to sit on this with you?
Of
No.
course. Yeah, go ahead.
Bring me into it.
No, but didn't you? I think Crystal told me she got pulled on it and she faked it.
Yeah, I did fake it.
Because, see, all those people fucking just fake it.
Then doesn't that make you wonder what else she fakes?
Yeah, well, it's the big show.
He said he doesn't remember any of it.
Who doesn't?
My dad.
Your dad's on drugs.
So maybe her dad was hypnotized.
But my dad did it when, like, 20 years before me.
But see, my thing is like
To the exact day.
the State Fair it was for me the pinnacle of summertime. We had to go out. We had to go. Me and my friends, middle school to high school, we had to go. Even when I was working at my grandpa's restaurant, a group of us went. That's how Emilio got closer. He brought his ex and then brought Valerie there too, his wife. They all went together as a huge group. But that was our thing. Like, summer was pinnacle of. Do you know what, dude?
I never went
Tell me, bro.
I'll tell you. Huh?
I never went to State Fair with you.
No. I went with all
That
my
sucks.
coworkers.
You missed out.
Jenna and Valerie.
Huh?
You said you went with Jenna?
No, that was Emilio.
She
when
looks
he went.
pissed. I'm just
Wh-
kidding. I'm just instigating.
So we went. We were
Me, huh?
we were trying
was
to
it
get
Jenna?
we were trying to get a good group going. One girl, you don't know who she is. She worked there. And I liked her and I wanted her to go. And she's like, I'm not going to have enough money. I'm like, dude, we could put money together to get you to fucking go. And I liked her or whatever. So we all
And
got,
you ended up spending all of it on her.
No. She ended up getting whatever to go. But she brought some fucking dude at the restaurant. We were all meeting there.
Damn.
She brought a dude with her. And I was like, man, this is a bunch of fucking bullshit. So,
Oh, we're not going anymore.
because someone picked me up. And then another friend of mine that worked there, another girl who I was really cool with there, she just didn't show up. So we had a small ass group. And
Let me guess, you were wearing white K-Swisses,
probably
Fat Farms,
I had some
Echo Unlimited shirt.
I had some Dada Supremes.
Dang, I forgot about those.
I had Dada Supreme shoes.
I had those.
They were baby.
They
blue.
were black and I think red.
Mine were baby blue.
Those are the ones that Chris Webber wore.
Wabba. We decided, okay, I don't like heights at all, but I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. We're like, let's take the fucking little I think they call them people movers, where you sit on a bench and you're on a rope that hooks you on a cable that you kind of get drifted above the state fair.
I don't remember that at all.
It's
not
not-
a bench.
Yeah, it's like a bench and you get locked into it. And it's just, I want to say it's called like I don't know if it's a people mover, but
Sounds about right.
it's almost like a, when you go skiing and you're on a ramp to go higher up the hill.
Yeah.
It does that, but then it gets to a point where you're just a straight line. going to the other side of the park. It's just a way to go cheap and pay for it. And it's cheap to do it. But if you don't feel like walking, I was scared out of my fucking mind. Like, looking down, I couldn't handle it. And you know who was out there with me? Is Nikki, right? You don't know Nikki? You never worked with Nikki?
No.
Oh, wow. Dudes fucking loved her. I didn't give a shit. But I was knee deep buried into her chest, and not in a sexual way. I was so scared I could not look down.
Dude.
Go
ahead, I'm sorry.
And she was like, people are laughing at you. I'm like, how are they laughing at me? It looks
my
like
tits are in your face.
I know, it looks like
Wait, my face is in your tits.
You got my peanut butter in my Reese's. I was like, how are people laughing when it looks like I'm like getting some? I mean, maybe I should have acted a little different, grabbed a boob or something, or
Please.
But I was like burying my head, like, dude, I cannot look. If I look, I'm freaking out. But again, it's just so fucking hot. I didn't want to walk, and then you get that chafe, dog. Ouch! You ever get the chafe?
Yeah, when I was a little bit heavier, I would get the chafe.
I know people that are like not as heavy, and they still get chafing.
And they probably walk with their legs hella close.
I don't know. I'm fat, but I'm not fat below my waist, really.
I'm not trying to brag, but when I was lifting, my legs were a little bit bigger, and I would maybe chase.
I had some big ass fucking thighs.
Tree trunks.
They call me the tree trunk.
I'm trying to think of who I started with. I remember Mariah, the waitress.
I'm trying to remember.
She was like the tall girl, like kind of heavier set.
Oh, that's.
She had the fake boobs, I think. Did she have fake boobs? Or she got a boob? I think so.
I think I know what you're talking about.
That I think Uncle Mike was always flirting with, or one of our uncles was always flirting with. I'm like, really? Her?
But why were they there?
Whenever they would eat at the restaurant.
Oh, that was fucking far in between, though. They weren't there that much.
They would flirt with her that much, though.
Did you, makes me think of driving to the restaurant. I used to always have cars with no AC. I'm assuming you've gone through cars with no AC.
I don't drive with AC because it takes. You're gonna laugh. It robs power from the motor.
Who the fuck cares?
I cares. Are you kidding me?
I cares.
It's more gas you're spending.
But it's so actually though, isn't it? When you have your windows down.
Are you sure about that?
If you have your windows down, isn't it wind resistant? Like slowing you down more. Some kind of science behind it.
If you're talking about Mythbusters, the car running the AC died first.
Okay. Fuck them, but okay. Do you have AC?
I do have AC, but I'd rather not.
When you kick it on, that luxury, you don't fucking feel it?
The past few days, I've been taking a nap or just chilling in my car on my lunch and turning on the AC. It's nice, but again,
dude,
I'd rather have that few extra horses.
Fuck
that.
Wow. I got the horses in the back, dog. I don't care. I told my fucking nephew.
We listened to that song,
my nephew. How old is Wyatt? 3?
4.
Is he 4? A little.
Damn.
A little 4-year-old always.
And Remy's older than him, right?
Yeah. Little fucking Wyatt's always like, Old Town Road. And we're like, oh my god. Every time we're there, it's like, take my every time.
Yeah, we listened to that song today.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Can't tell me not. Do you know what they really like? Have you
Who's
seen
they?
My niece and nephew?
I hardly ever talk to Jasmine.
I know that, but I was gonna say, do you know what they really like? And I was gonna say, have you seen Fist Fight? Is it Fist Fight? Ice Cube and Charlie Day, they're teachers and they have to fight. I'll have to show you.
I've heard of it, but
there's a really
came out probably like 2-3 years ago.
There's a really funny scene in the movie where Charlie's daughter's trying to perform at a talent show, and she fucking bombs, but she wanted to do a different song. Charlie gets there, and they end up doing the song, and she's getting bullied by a girl, so it's like dedicated to her, and it's I don't fuck with you, and it's a little fucking
long ass nose hair.
It's a little fucking like 8-year-old singing I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. But my niece and nephew, who are like 3 and 6, want to watch that clip all the fucking time. And every time we're like, these are curse words. We're probably fucking all horrible parents and shit. But we put it on because they bug. They're on YouTube when we're watching them or when we're leaving my mom's, and they're like, "Fuck." What's real quick? It made me laugh because how I answered it to the homie at my grocery store. What was ever like an anthem for summertime besides fucking Fresh Prince "Summertime"? Like a song you remember hit and you're like,
It either had to be a Drake or a Rihanna song, and that was like high school, almost out of high school.
The Akbar asked me. We're outside. We had to get hella fucking carts because no one was getting them, so they sent us both out. Normally it's one person. After you walk someone out, bring in 6 or 7. This time they're like, you two go out there and clean it up. So he's making.
Don't talk to nobody. Just get your shit in.
He's how to do. They used to work there. I used to do donuts with them, and he never got fired. And I asked, I'd be like, why doesn't Michael get in trouble? They're like, hella customers like him because he's hella like friendly, hella talkative. He'd be like, you're getting like these Doritos, like, you know, let's say Flamin' Hot. What wasn't out probably back then. Getting Flamin' Hot. You get those? How do you like those? And they're always like, blah blah blah. He goes, I gotta try them. Or he'll be like, you ever tried these before? These chocolate ice creams? Oh man, they're to die for, dude. You're gonna fucking love them. Blah blah blah.
I bet you he went home and he's just fucking hating life.
I know, but dude,
God damn.
Dude, he got hooked up. I wish I messed with the girl in the deli, and I helped her realize maybe to date him.
There's an internet sales lady at my work.
Is there?
God damn.
God damn. But anyways, so Akbar was out there with me, and we're getting all the carts. He's like, what do you think the hot song is of the summer? And I was a fucking nerd. I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe Hot in Here by Nelly, because it's hot in here. That's just how I answered it. And after that, I was like, fuck. I probably sound like a fucking nerd. But I don't know. There was...
A good one, Ernie.
He didn't talk like that.
Oh, he's Americanized.
Yeah. I remember...
Good one, yo.
What was the song? I was at my wedding, and I was driving around. I picked up my buddy Sam from the airport.
Oh, you didn't pick me up, that's for sure.
Nope. If you needed me, I was there up and down.
I was there too.
No, if you needed me to pick you up at the post office, at the airport.
I needed you to save me from my mom and grandma.
All you had to do was
You
text.
didn't. Cena, though. Cena came in clutch. He smoked weed with me out there.
I think rolling back with him with my Mustang, for somehow we got a Mustang, and I was like bumping, and I swear I think it was like, look at me now, I'm getting paper. I was like, that was a pretty hot summer song. Like, that was like, I felt like an anthem. Like, yeah, we doing shit.
Really?
Yeah, feel good. Like I said, there's a lot of songs that remind me of like, what's that song? It's probably I'm too old for you on this one. The Still My Sunshine. Like, that song always came on during summertime, like TRL shit. But yeah, I don't know. But shit was just fucking crazy. But overall, I fucking hate summer, like, in general.
Summer's just another season to me.
Damn.
I don't like spring because of my allergies.
Fall and winter, dog. Fall.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I mean,
September-
I have favorites.
September is my birthday area, so I used to be excited about that. Now I don't, because I'm getting old. But what would fall after that would be like, boom, Halloween. I used to love Halloween. Brought all the cool TV shows. Always had the Halloween episode. Like, The Office has a Halloween episode. And
I love the one where Creed dresses up as a murderer and pretty sure he murdered someone.
Yeah. He was lucky that it was that day or some shit. But younger was cooler because, like, TGIF, Full House, Family Matters always had, like, cool, fun episodes. You watch fucking Goosebumps, and then November comes, and November's got food coming at you. Then December comes, you got Christmas coming at you. As an adult, it still kind of changes, but I try to personally still make it good for the family and for my younger ones and my son and stuff. But as soon as it hits to like New Year's Eve, and it's like falls over for me, because then it's like, great, Valentine's Day, great.
Ever since Grandma Mary passed, Christmas and New Year's have never felt the same, and I don't know why. I feel like super depressed. I don't want anybody around me. I don't want to be around anybody.
It's weird though, because she was our
Great grandma.
Great grandma.
Great grandma. Because Grandma Gloria is our grandma.
Oh, right.
And she's grandma.
She was a
Mary.
great grandma, so honestly, I got more time out of her than you.
I think it's because like everybody, she was kind of like the matriarch. Everybody would go to her house.
But by the time that you figure, by the time you were like maybe 5, that was already going away.
What do you mean?
Like her as a matriarch, because the fact that she was getting too old, she couldn't do shit.
I think she passed away in 2000. Grandpa was
No.
96, and I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Grandpa's 96. She was 2000. So
Because I think I was
8.
I was a sophomore.
I was 8 at that point.
But that's what I'm saying. So how much did you really get to? My question is, I guess, how did it affect you?
Well, maybe because my mom would go to work and I would go over to my grandma's house.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, I'm sure you remember, me crying because I was probably having a panic attack at the time. I was scared, dude. I don't know why.
Of what?
I don't know.
No, I know.
Can you answer that?
When your mom, when your mom left?
Yeah, my mom would go to work and she dropped me off at Grandma Mary's house, even though it was fucking next door. I remember crying because I was scared. Dude, I used to get scared in 2nd grade, and I'd ask my teacher, Miss Rogers, hey, can I go see if my mom's here yet? And I'd leave the classroom and go check at the gates. Yeah, at Village. Yeah, I would do that.
That's a sign of anxiety. I used to get that when my mom left my house. I would stand by the door and be like, I mean, I'd give it some time.
And poop your pants. Just kidding.
I would stand by the door and I'd be like, please, God, let her come back. Let her come back. I'd be worried that she was going to get a car accident or something. But that's not normal. Those are anxiety symptoms that we should have addressed. But back then, if you told anybody, they would have been like, yeah, you're just a worrywart. You know? Not something.
Yeah, dude, I would. My worry was my mom was going to forget to come pick me up.
Yeah, I can see it. A lot of people have those kind of feelings, getting disabandoned. But it's weird because where does it come from? When you think about it, like me, why was I worried about if my mom was going to get in an accident or something? Or
well, for me, I think it's because my dad wasn't with my mom, so maybe there was like, because I knew who my dad was growing up, all throughout my years.
He was around a lot too during your
when I was younger. Yeah,
I always remember seeing his van.
I remember. The house next to Grandma Mary's, they actually had together for a while, and then he left and got with Tracy. And after that,
She got with Tracy.
Oh, she did end up getting with a different Tracy.
Oh, really?
But my dad ended up getting with Tracy too.
Wow, that's weird.
And yeah, it might have, I don't know, like deep down inside, stemmed from that.
Who knows? Because that's why I said it's just weird that being young and having anxiety. It's weird because it has to. You understand when you're older because you're like, oh yeah, when I was younger, I acted like this. But when you're younger, where did it come from before that? Something has to shake you or mess you up or whatever. I don't know. And then I remember, I think we're out there playing, and your cousin Emmanuel came, and he was playing soccer, and he had his hands bent out like
A homosexual?
I'm a little teapot kind of like, and he was like shuffling his feet weird, and I was like, this guy's different.
Are you acting like Michael Jackson?
Well, this guy's a little different. It's funny that as a kid you're just like, this seems different. And I remember it was like, good old summer day, just playing some soccer. And I was like, he's not hitting it like a regular kid anymore.
Just hanging around.
And I still will never forget when I saw him when I went back to school, and he was very done up, and I almost didn't recognize him. And he said, like, have you talked to and I swear he said Frankie, your dad's name. And I remember going like, oh yeah, I don't know. And I just turned around and kept walking.
I got this thing, I gotta go.
He was pretty far down the hallway, and I remember just like mumbling like, because I was so fucking confused what was going on. This was new to me. And then on top of it, I'm like, who the fuck was he even talking about? Like, what people? Like, do you even know who I am? Like, he knew who I was. I mean, but does he know, like, who I know?
Do you know who you're talking to?
But does he know who I know? Like, but then I put together something, so I'm like, wait a minute. Adam's dad's name's Frankie. That's why it seemed so foreign at the time, because this was 9th grade, 99. So this was way longer. You guys were already gone and moved. I was way gone, moved out of my I wasn't living at grandma's, but
We lived at grandma's and like up until she died.
You're right.
I'm pretty sure.
Because that was like my first freshman year, and you said she died in 2000.
Mhm.
No.
I'm pretty sure, dude. I'm pretty sure Grandpa passed away in 96 because I was 4.
But my
Yeah.
thing is, I don't remember Grandma seeing 9/11.
That wasn't until 2001, so.
You are correct, sir. I was thinking it was 1999. And that, I was at my apartments then. I lived with my dad at the apartments.
2001.
Because when
I was
Grandma
in
died,
Roseville.
it was fucking horrible. This is so off the subject, but I don't care if people.
But life is full of it, so.
It was so shitty because her family member let her have that house for like dirt cheap. And if you think about it, Grandma's house, you could have made it clutch. I always say that you could make it dope, dude, because it had like fucking 5 rooms, I believe. They had 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms, and then we would use the base or the garage.
And you had a back patio that if you cleaned up and
You
did
could-
right,
you could-
it would have been. It was an enclosed patio, which was
Yeah.
even better, like one that wind could go through, and
We used to store our mattresses for wrestling back there.
and then she had the garage that was converted into a.
A room.
Well, it wasn't really a room, but it was
I
enclosed.
mean, what else would it fucking be? We had weights in there at times.
And then
Your mom stayed in there at times. Because the washer and dryer.
dude,
were
what was
also-
up with that little area in the back corner?
I don't know. And
Next to the washer and
I
dryer?
always wanted to open it because it opens right to that room.
Did it?
It opens right to the
No.
patio. Yeah, it did.
Did it?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
way.
This is well subject for people, but yeah, it was a weird house. But what sucked, though, what I'm getting to is that family member. I forgot what his name was. Like, I think my dad called him like T.O. something, or what, I don't know what the fuck his name was. He gave it to her for hella good price, and as soon as she died, he was like, "You guys all need to get out," and it was fucked, dude, because we had to all leave.
Everybody scrambled. That's
all-
what I feel like.
It felt like you put lights on a cockroaches. We had to all like take off. So my dad was tripping, and we had to go get a 2-bedroom apartment. And he had my brother stay with him in the apartment, and I stayed in my own.
I wonder if we could have fucking stayed there. Like, I don't know. I drive by the house sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, it's right down the street from my house.
I always want to go and say, "Can I take a look at it, see how?" it
I do
looks?"
too. I want to do that to my old house that's next door, and then go into grandma's house.
Dude, that house next door was getting bad, though.
My house?
Yeah,
Why?
because it was getting gross, dude. I don't think you're too young to remember. The dogs were just making it funky. Your mom wasn't taking care of shit. I remember it was getting bad. And then your mom, I think she got evicted.
Well, yeah, we couldn't pay because my dad was helping.
Oh, and then that's when she moved into that.
Into grandma's.
But that basement room was always so weird because you would have to walk around a certain way from the entrance. Like, and you go through a sheet. She would always have like a sheet to walk through to get into it.
Oh, yeah.
We would wrestle. That was the first place we started wrestling. We put mattresses out there, and we'd walk through the sheet as our curtain. So it was pretty dope.
That couldn't be the first place because you were wrestling over at my house too.
No, we wrestled in there was the first thing I started doing it. Then we started wrestling in the backyard. Then Grandma got mad and said I couldn't do it no more. So I was like, "Fuck you! I'm going next door." And then on our matches, you see your fucking
Navajo walking in the background.
Navajo walking around while I'm like trying to suplex somebody. But anyways, I think that's enough because we went way off subject. That last part's for our family to listen to.
Damn. Deep down.
Deep down.
Trauma. Now we're gonna be better because we expressed our traumas. Our child, where it all started, probably at least a little bit better.
You see where it all came
Baby
from.
steps.
All right, well, that's it for us. Thank you for listening. If you listen all the way to that end part where we just went off. But I listen to other people's podcasts when they go off in their own family shit. I listen. I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But who knows? Maybe people won't.
Again, if you're listening, message us.
We'll learn as we go along.
Talk about your childhood traumas.
We'll learn as we go on, and we'll hopefully figure out what to cut out, what to leave in. And
Oh no, this is unfiltered, raw.
I know, but I'm saying in the future, be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't mention our family part because that part shows statistically it dropped and people started to leave at that point.
Oh, what if it rises?
Ooh, then all we gotta do is talk about our family drama, or
Damn, I got a lot.
we have Kardashian stuff to talk about.
I wish.
we'll just focus on different family members each episode. Like this uncle this episode, this aunt this episode, this distant cousin.
Anyway.
All right. Thank you guys for listening, watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, share. And that is Adam. That is me. Bye.
Okay, bye.